Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Workshop. You know, I did some videos on this compressor that I installed a few years ago, and one of those was replacing the switch that it had failed. This compressor has been running really well in that time that I've been using it, and I use it a lot. What I did come to realize though is I haven't changed the oil, and I looked at the manual and it said you're supposed to change it after 50 hours. I don't know how many hours I have on it. Honestly, there's no kind of meter or anything to keep track of that. However, I decided I need to change the oil. So I'm going to do that today. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. But I also want to show you the oil that I bought off of Amazon. Now, this company, or under Cobalt, it lists 3 different options for oils. And you can find them, I suppose. I had a little bit of trouble finding those. But I decided to go with another type of oil that would do the same thing. So let me show you how I'm going to change this oil. Of course it is raining today, which is no fun, but I still want to show you that I had put this in this enclosure to get it out of my garage space, and it's worked really well. So it is a 2-stage compressor, and it does have a sight glass here, and if you look closely you'll see it is slightly below where it's supposed to be. That's my fault for not really keeping up with that. Down here you have a drain, and up here you have the fill. Now it tells you how much it holds in the manual, but I'm going to go by that sight glass alone. I don't need to worry about the exact number as long as I get it to that midline of that sight glass. So I need to come up with a way to drain this oil. This is the plug, and what's going to happen if you take that plug out? Well, it's going to drain all over your compressor. So I have an idea, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So this is the oil that I plan to use. I picked this up off of Amazon. This is Triax Premium Lubricants Compressor MV, whatever that means. Full synthetic air compressor and power tool lubricant, and you'll see it says rotary vane, screw, and reciprocating air compressors, 20,000 hours or 3 years operating life, high viscosity, high load, high temperature formula, and -60 pour point. So we're going to give this a shot and see how well it does. Of course it's going to continue to rain and make it more difficult to do this, but I want to show you an idea that I have. You know, that drain plug, if you pull out the plug, it's going to just dump oil everywhere. Well, if you're like me and you change your own oil, you end up with some empty containers, right? So here's my thought. If I take this jug, and let's say I just cut at an angle here, and then I cut this down and create a flap in the back, cut this also at an angle, and this is just kind of guesswork here as to where I'm going with this, but I can cut off all of this upper portion of it, come down here, cut this off, and save the neck. Save the neck for me, Clark, right? And what I should be able to do is create kind of a funnel that I can catch the oil in and just have it drain into this. I could even make this even a little bit bigger now that I think about it. I could do it like that, so that I just have that opening, and this would be my vessel that I can actually catch it in. So I may do a little experimenting with the cutting, and I'll show you what I come up with after I finish. Okay, this is my first attempt, and I think it will work. However, what I probably should have done was cut these higher, just to create a bigger funnel area. But the idea is I can take this flap now, push it up underneath where that plug is, take the plug loose, and it'll run right down and collect in the bottom here. I still think there's enough room in this, but you know, maybe generation 2, this one will have a higher sides on it. I'm going to see if I can do this. It is raining, so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to try this and see if I can do it. It's still raining. I have the umbrella propped up on top of the camera. So to do this, I would take this funnel piece and put it underneath and try to catch all the oil. I probably should have a little paper towel or something ready just in case. Okay, so this plug is, near as I can tell, is 16 millimeter. And the socket fits really tight on that. So let me set this up here. Get that broken loose. that underneath. Oh yeah. There it goes. Hope you can see that okay. Yeah, that's working pretty good. Now I may end up having to cap this off and dump out what I have because I didn't cut these sides very high. So let me cap that off. Note to self, make those sides higher. You can see it in there. Okay, camera's getting wet because the umbrella fell, but I'm gonna drive on and get this finished. But see, it's a great idea. I just didn't quite make it the way I should have. Not really realizing, you know, where the capacity might be. So it's all good. It'll work. Okay, it's still raining, but we're going to tighten up this plug. And what you could do if you wanted to at this point is get an adapter and put like a regular valve on this. So if you wanted to, you know, later on, you could open that valve with a drain hose on it and let it drain down into a container so you're not having to do the funnel trick. At this point, once this is tight, and I'm happy with that, then I will take this cap loose up here and put a small funnel into that port. It even has a little oil fill design on that. So I'll put a funnel in there and I'll dump in the fluid enough to get it to the midpoint on that red dot. And that should take care of changing the oil. So I've lost the battle with the rain, but I did finish the task. So there it is at the half full mark. Anytime you're doing something like this, make sure you have the power turned off so it doesn't start on you. I did have the power off. Even though I had the switch on, I had the main power off. So yeah, I'm much happier with fresh fluid in the air compressor. Okay, so I have water dripping off of my hat. The things we do to put out videos on YouTube, right? I know I haven't put a lot out recently on this, or on this channel, but I appreciate you being here and helping keep the channel moving. If you would, leave a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.